Hi, Eunice, grade 10s. Hope you guys are doing well. It's really exciting you're thinking about careers and university and what you're going to do in a few years' time. I still remember being in grade 10 at Eunice doing my personal project and then starting to think about all these things and doing the applications a little bit later on. And yeah, getting the chance to talk to people who are a few years ahead was always really helpful. So hopefully this will be helpful for you guys. Yeah, I'll try and go through the questions a bit. I did IB at Eunice, and then I went to London to study anthropology, social anthropology and development studies. And basically, I knew that I wanted to do something around international development because of community service things that I had done at Eunice, and also the people around and what my parents were doing in Vietnam. So yeah, that's kind of, I had a lot of different thoughts about what I should do, and that seemed like the most vague but still applicable thing in relation to helping people in different ways, doing something international. And yeah, in terms of picking university, I did that by talking to people and going out the summer before, I think the summer of my grade 11 year, sorry, to check out different universities in the UK, which is where I wanted to go. And yeah, I was really excited to go. The first few months were really scary because I felt super out of place and super overwhelmed with being in this big city, away from the small, really tight-knit community that was Eunice and my life in Hanoi. But it was actually really great and super exciting to get to meet a lot of people who think really differently to me and yeah, start thinking about the world in different ways. So doing a kind of humanities subject where I think it really helped me to, I think, deepen my awareness of how people can think so differently. And that's been really valuable and a really transferable skill to what I did next. I then did an internship in Ghana with the International Development Bank, which was really interesting, but also a little bit stressful. And I realized that I don't love being in an office at a really high level as much, and I miss that fieldwork element. So what did I do next? I did a few different internships with different charities in the UK, some things around prison advocacy. I started becoming more interested in the legal side of things and human rights things. So I worked with I did an internship with an American human rights organization. That took me to Uganda ultimately for a year, where I got to do some really interesting work with an NGO for women's rights there. So I been really grateful to do different things. Although there's also an element of realism there that I had to, for that internship, for example, which was a year long, I had to save up a lot of money because it was unpaid. So I spent a year and a half living with my parents back in Germany. And at that time, I worked with refugees in Germany. So that was just around the time of the refugee crisis. So I think there's so many things that we can't plan for, but if we're kind of willing to do whatever comes up and willing to try new things,